On the shores of North Lake Chohoha in Marira sector in Bugesera district, residents are irrigating crops. They have expressed their gratitude on how the government has found a solution during the dry season. It shows that our government is our parent. It thinks about us and it is always near to us.
Nobody can mislead us basing on the dry season we are in, and the country has a perfect plan to support the residents in their progress.
Small-scale irrigation is one of the special activities that aim at dealing with climate change effects that the Government of Rwanda started in Eastern Province this Monday. The Minister of Agriculture and Animal Resources, Dr. Geraldine Micheshimana, has pointed out that not all areas in the country are affected the same when it comes to climate change. The climate change in one side of the country is not in the entire country. It means that on the country level, the production is not shaken that much. That is one. The second thing, the government of Rwanda is there for its residents. As I have said, we work with local authorities to know how the residents are living so that we manage to offer any support needed. It's not for the first time that the government has helped residents when there is shortage of food. That is to say that if there is any assistance needed in provision of food, the country is always ready to help. 1.2 billion Rwandan francs were spent on these activities that aim at assisting residents in tackling climate change effects. This money was added to 1 billion Rwandan francs budget that was given to the Eastern Province, where it was expected that this year there will be low rainfall in this province. It is expected that in this program, 450 hectares on 162 sites in 7 districts of Eastern Province will be irrigated. Feminine season that occurred in Bugesera district made the residents to shift. Since then, the government have put more effort in planting trees and irrigation, which seem to serve a sustainable solution. Ghislaine Mugwaneza, RTV News.
Thank you, Ghislaine. Staying on the issue, our colleague Jean-Pierre Kagabo sat down with the Minister of Trade and Minister of Agriculture and Animal Resources, for a brief interview, and she elaborated on this matter.
The Eastern Province is experiencing less rain than the usual rains. The predictions have been showing that. That's why we keep mobilizing people to irrigate crops. As we speak, most of the irrigated areas are planted with the crops, and the crops that are being affected are the ones that are planted outside of irrigation schemes. So we wanted to keep mobilizing farmers that those crops, again, that are close to water sources, though they may not be into the irrigation schemes per se, but they are close to at the proximity of water areas. It's important that they use the small-scale irrigation technologies to irrigate those crops and save them from drought. There are many interventions that are taking place. They have been taking place for a while, but the area keeps expanding as the time goes because of the shortage of rains. So we have a package that is assisting the communities with tools for irrigation, that are assisting technologies to access to planting materials that can withstand the shortage of water. We have other assistance for the livestock owners, because once the shortage of water is there, also the livestock, we experience the shortage of water. So there are provisions that can help livestock owners to source water and make sure that they can be provided to livestock. And there are provisions to support communities that can be affected by shortage of food. So we don't do one thing, we implement many things within the package to make sure that whoever is not supported by one intervention can benefit from the other. Yeah. We, as I said, majority of irrigated schemes are located into the eastern province. So this is the home of rice. This is the home of maize that comes from irrigated areas. This is the home of soybeans and beans. But also, when you look at the climate change situation in the country gets divided into one area that is heavily having rainfalls and others that are getting limited rain. So what we ask for those that are located into irrigated areas or areas that are not affected by shortage of rain is that to apply the crop intensification technologies to make sure that we are harvesting sufficient foods into those areas so that can go to areas that are being affected. But we hope that things are not getting worse.